Hey folks, it's Tommy the Butcher here again with Wise Guys Barbecue. Today on the butcher block, we're gonna be breaking down some whole chickens. I'm gonna show you how to cut them into what we call a 10-piece chicken, where you'll get drums, thighs, the wings, and the breast will be split in two, each one. It'll give us 10 pieces altogether. And with that, we're gonna be doing two recipes for you. One is gonna be a buttermilk fried chicken. It's extremely crispy, very juicy. And the other, we're gonna build a chicken stock. We're gonna be using all the back, the necks, all the pieces of a second chicken. We're gonna be cutting two down, and we're gonna be generating 4 thighs. And with those 4 thighs, we're gonna be giving them off to our resident barbecue pitmaster extraordinaire, Bobby from Bobby's Q. And he'll be doing a competition style chicken thigh for all of us to enjoy. So that will be coming up in another video, but that's what we're gonna use the thighs for. So let's get to it. We wanna break this chicken down. Like I said, we're gonna make 10 pieces out of this. First thing I generally do, you start with the thighs. I mean the wings, I'm sorry. You want the bird to be on its belly, flat. And when we're doing this, when you grab each, in this case, the wing or the leg, you wanna pull it. And what that does is you're using the weight of the chicken to help you. So as we're pulling the chicken up, just basically cut through the skin and it'll expose that joint. The joint is what we're looking for. So it's very simple, you just go right through it. Then I remove the tip. The tips are reserved for the chicken stock. So there's our one piece of wing, trim that off, turn it around, get the other wing, go right through, expose that joint, cut right through. Wing number 2, there's our wing tip. Now we're gonna flip it back over on his back, because the next thing we're gonna do is remove these legs. Once again, we pull up, and that begins to extend the skin. You just wanna crack through the skin, it opens it up. And now we're getting down to exposing that joint. This is all about exposing joints. Once I get it down to here, basically, you want to keep cutting the skin to loosen up that. We're not cutting any meat now at all. We're basically just cutting the skin to expose it. Once that's all opened up, if you can see, we just bend it, and you can see that bone pop right out of the socket. So now I know exactly where it is. So with the knife, just next to the tail, we go down up against the bone, and while the knife is, we're not cutting sideways, we're keeping that knife down, but we're sliding it along the bone. Once you get through that joint, you cut down, you feel the bone, you just pull it. There's one leg. Now we're gonna split this into drums and thighs. It's amazing because there's actually a little line here that actually shows you just where to go. There's a joint right in here. You wanna find that and just cut right through. Very simple. And then we got some excess fat. Usually thighs have a considerable amount of fat. So we just want to square that off. So there's one drum, one thigh. Now we turn it around, we get the other one. I'm doing the same thing with this side. Be sure, this is most important. Right before that joint, there's what's called the oyster. Probably the best part of the entire chicken. It's a little kind of scallop type nugget. It sits right along the spine, right above that joint. And those, probably the best piece of chicken on the whole chicken. Cut that down. Now comes a little bit more of a tricky part. Requires a little bit more skill. We gotta cut through this backbone. And this is similar to what we did in the earlier video where we spatchcocked a chicken. Expose that tailbone by trimming away the skin. Then you want to come, and you have to be very aggressive with this. You can't be gingerly because it's just not going to cut through for you. And just go down. Do the same thing with the other side. So there's our back. Cut this in 2, so I'll place the knife on top and give it a little bit bang, and that'll allow us to get through the bone. There we go. All right, so we got our legs, wings, and all removed. We have our breast. We want to basically put the knife right along the breastbone on the inside, give it a little whack, and then you can cut right through it with the knife. Same thing on the next side, one whack that'll allow you to cut through. Here's our 2 breasts. All right, there's our 10-piece chicken. What this does, it just gives us the entire variety of the whole chicken without having to over-purchase parts separately. And this, I mean, you always have some people who like the dark meat, a lot of people who love the white meat, others like the wings, and just gives you the whole variety. Going into your market, into your butcher, ask them for a 10-piece chicken. That's what we call it when we're cutting a whole chicken up. Just tell them you want it in 10 pieces. If you don't, and you just ask for a chicken cut up, they could basically cut it in quarters or even not separate the drums and the thighs. But 10-piece fried chicken, there it is. So we're gonna take this in a minute. We're gonna fry it up and do a buttermilk fried chicken. So stay tuned. We're gonna do that for you next. As always, please like and subscribe. Hit that like button. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you do not miss an episode. Stay tuned. We're gonna fry these up.